It's been talked about for many years, but it could finally be about to happen. I'm talking about Shrewsbury's North West Relief Road, and I'm here with Councillor Steve Davenport, Cabinet Member for Transport and Highways, to tell us a little bit more. Steve.
Yes, hi Chris, I'm pleased to meet you here. Well, yes, where did it come from? 4 years ago, well nearly 4 years ago, I walked into this position for, as you say, Cabinet and Highways for Transport at Shropshire Council. And I looked at the history of what had been done or what indeed hadn't been done. And the North West Relief Road, I saw had been nearly 30, 40 years in the making. So I actually saw it as something I could get my teeth into and think this should happen. If a group of people 30, 40 years ago thought it was a good idea, it must be still a good idea.
I can remember my dad in the 80s talking about it, you know, so it's been that long ago when I was just a kid, and
Absolutely.
Here we are, you know.
So what actually happened, I got through our MPs into Westminster and built a relationship there to discuss this North West Relief Road.
And how much work did that take to get to that stage?
Having never done it before, it took quite a lot of negotiating to get a meeting in with ministers. At that time was Chris Grayling and Jessie Norman. So I was able to go to London, go to Westminster, tell them what we wanted, was basically money, and why we wanted it. And this was to put in the North West Relief Road to complete the ring road around Shrewsbury. At the moment, we've got 2/3 of a ring road. 2/3 doesn't make anything work. So we needed this circle to be able to keep the vehicles out of Shrewsbury.
So what is the missing link then? Where will the road run?
The road will run from the A5 across to Ellesmere Road, so it will complete the road around the town.
So how much traffic do you think then it will take out of the town centre?
It's going to take an immense amount of traffic out of the town centre, but it's not just the town centre. For me and for my members in the north, it's traffic away from Cockshurt, it's from Beaumer Heath, Baschurch, Wright 11 Towns. It's bringing a lot of heavy goods vehicles away from those villages, not to mention the town centre, because the town centre is very heavily used for vehicles and for heavy goods vehicles. So the idea will be to take as much as we possibly can away from these centres.
So although then it's called the Shrewsbury North West Relief Road, because that's what it is, it's actually benefiting more of Shropshire than just Shrewsbury. It's
going to benefit as far away as Wales coming in around Shrewsbury, because it's taking everything away from the town centre. Absolutely.
And you say taking it away from the town centre. I live in the north of Shrewsbury, so when I'm going in, sometimes it can take 30 minutes on pre-pandemic Saturdays to get the other side of Shrewsbury to go towards Copthorne.
I would say 30 minutes is quite a quick journey. You know, it can take over an hour at times, so it gets clogged. So the other big thing for me is the emissions that it's going to take out of the town. If we can drive the vehicles out of the town on our circular road, it's going to be much better for not just people but the businesses.
Talking about emissions, there's a lot of people opposed to this because they say it's going to wreck the countryside. What do you think about that?
Well, there's a balance. And I think the balance is in favour of doing this. 68% of the people within the consultation said that they were in favour of it. So again, that balance says that taking the emissions out of the villages and the towns, on balance, it's a good idea.
What about costs though? I mean, it's going to cost a lot of money.
Yes, it's going to cost £84 million. That's partly funded by the government, Shropshire Council, the LEP, but again, we feel it's money well spent.
And is that money as well, it's going to help businesses in Shropshire too?
Absolutely, it'll help businesses in Shropshire. It will help tourism. It will help unlock land that's could be used for both commercial and properties. So it will help to expand businesses within the north of Shropshire.
Now this isn't just about vehicles, say cars and lorries, because there's going to be opportunities for walking and cycling as well made.
Yes, actually the 7 kilometres of road is also 7 kilometres of walking and cycling, and there will be a pull-on for people to be able to sit and look at the views. But absolutely, I'm convinced this is going to be great news for everybody doing anything.
Now, one of the things that was mentioned early on was there was going to be some type of dam system to help with flooding in Shrewsbury, but that's now changed.
Yes, we started to do some work with the EA, Environmental Agency, about the possibility of a dam that's to stop the water going down the Severn and causing damage all the way down. But actually, this is quite a long way off, and possibly Shrewsbury isn't the place to do this. So this is going to be some time in the future, and it'll be further up the Severn.
And how does this fit in the North West Relief Road with the general picture of Shrewsbury and transport, say park and ride systems and things like that?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, Chris, because the park and ride for me and my officers is absolutely essential that this works in tandem with the North West Relief Road, because it's part of keeping the vehicles out of the town centre, to keep the air quality up in the town centre, so people can drive into possibly 3 park and ride sites, to jump on an electric bus with Wi-Fi with ease, to have multiple choice drop-off and collection sites than there are at the moment.
So a lot of work has taken place already. The planning application went in last week. What's the next stage? The
next stage, we have to await the planning to go through due process. Obviously, anybody that wants to feed into the comments can do so online, and then a decision will be possibly 6 months away, and hopefully, if all goes well, at this stage we don't know, we could be possibly running on this road in 2023.
Well, Steve, it sounds an interesting project, and we're certainly going to follow it through, and hopefully we'll be driving down the road, maybe doing an interview in the back of a car.
Absolutely, that would be great, Chris.
We'll look forward to that. Thank you, Steve. Well, if you want any more information about the planning application, it's going to be on Shropshire Council's planning portal from the 1st of March.